What's up, FL Pack? Today we're going to be doing a quick little video talking about how ways to possibly fix SML. I say possibly because we are not SML tops over here. We actually accept that we could be wrong on opinions, right? Obviously, Logan has been doing this a lot longer than any of us, really. I only have like what, 5 videos doing the Pulp Puppet fiasco. So obviously, I don't know how to run a channel like that. As Logan, so I'm not going to pretend as such. But I have been on a kick recently, watching older SML videos, and everyone's saying, "Well, older SML is so good," and Logan even admits that he kind of wants to go. He's on multiple occasions said that he wishes he could go back to how things were back in the day.
This is not how I will go out!
Of course, isn't possible with runs things now, but
it will be a minor operation.
It's not possible with how YouTube runs things now, but...
Double points! Quickly! We can make much progress!
Sorry. It's not possible with how YouTube runs things. So, obviously I'm not going to put stuff on this list like more adult jokes or more gory scenes, because obviously they literally could not do that if they wanted to, which I think Logan has said that he wants to, but you just never know. But anyway, first on the list is more run-on scenes. Now, what does this mean? Well, kind of what the thing says. But I'm not talking about filler scenes, because there's a difference between run-on scenes and filler scenes. I've noticed that there's scenes that last a lot longer.
Does anyone have any balls that need polishing? Calm down, Nikolai.
And sometimes it feels more human when the characters don't immediately respond to stuff. Like, recently I watched an episode where I recently watched Chef, I think it was called like Chef Pee-Pee Meets Obama or something like that. And there were a lot of scenes where it was like, Chef Pee-Pee takes a second to respond to Junior or stuff, or something like that. And it just felt so human. And I feel like we've lost that part of SML where the characters feel human, if that makes any sense. The more polished the scenes felt, the less human they felt. And
to kill quickly, yeah. With skill,
the less
no.
your fans will engage with the characters, if that makes any sense. But what I mean is,
cannot consume me!
Scenes that take a bit longer than a minute or 2 minutes, which leads me into my next thing: longer episodes. Recently, SML has been doing more 20-minute episodes, and that's cool and all. However, I feel like longer episodes should be a normal, right? Now, I'm not asking for like 1 hour long episodes, of course not. I'm just saying that potentially, like, give us like obviously, like, here, sorry, I'm stuttering. Like, obviously, I'm not expecting you to like every week, but like, I just feel like the series would benefit. The show would benefit from longer episodes. Because longer episodes would allow us to actually have like longer scenes, and then longer scenes would allow for the plot to actually be strung out, rather than like quickly getting to the plot and then there'll just be a bunch of run-ons.
I will try to put all of their
You
extremities
know what I mean?
at the same time!
I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if I'm getting my points across very well, but you know what I mean.
Embrace this!
Like longer episodes, maybe it's just better.
Go back and pick that up!
It could just be a writing thing, but I would like them to just return to the less polished SML. You know what I mean? And that leads me to my next point. Leave the not the lyrics. Leave the script out of SML. I feel like SML was much better when stuff was improvised. Like, obviously, I'm not there, so I don't know 100% certainty that SML didn't have a script back then. But
they break in two!
If they did have a script, it was less evident. Because it felt like emotions were actually raw back in the day. Like, for example, like the thing that I mentioned earlier.
Beautiful!
Like one of the points that I mentioned earlier is the run-on. With the run-on
You are too generous, my lord!
Less of a script.
This will help me add to my collection of appendages.
And less of a script makes us more immersed into the episode, which I understand this is a puppet comedy channel, so it's like you're not meant to be enthralled, but like when Logan does episodes like Jeffy's 18th birthday or whatever, when we thought that Jeffy died, that was very emotional. So it's clear that Logan wants us to somewhat be immersed in the videos, which we can't if the scenes are polished out. That's why I've always said this with every type of media, that
take your medicine, child.
That's why I've always respected shows like The Shining, where people have actually put their
soul is now at peace.
Where people have actually put their castmates, I think that's the word,
I long to bathe naked in your blood.
Not to the point where they're actually hurt someone or something or themselves, just to the point where they get immersed. So stuff like The Shining, although Shelley Duvall unfortunately didn't go through that filming, it did make for a better product. That's especially why I respect people like Heath Ledger, who went through method acting.
Such a flurry of lead! Beautiful!
Because it just feels raw. It feels right. I especially love when shows do improv, which I feel like a lot of SML used to do back in the day. For example, the Dear God from Lavelle. I actually researched that was real. Like, they kept Lavelle out of the loop for what they did to that bathroom. They didn't do that for the second one because, you know, I don't think the second one around would have been as raw regardless. I don't think the second time around would have been good regardless. Because it's like, obviously, if Logan just says 3, 2, 1, go, and then Lavelle's like, wait, we're just filming, I don't get to see the bathroom. He obviously knows something happened in the bathroom, unlike previously where he was kept out of the loop and he was super surprised. Right. So, instances like that, where the emotions just feel so raw, it needs to come back for SML, because
there must
recently
be a way to
the
get
more
this door
polished
open.
SML has been, it's just kind of been not as immersive, if that makes any sense. One of my last points is I want them to pay more attention to their side characters. Something that I've always thought about was, ever since they brought in Jeffy, first off, this is not a... I think Jeffy was like one of the best things to happen to SML, because without Jeffy, I honestly think that Logan would have just gave up on SML.
The first cut is the deepest.
I honestly believe that, because without Jeffy, there was no like real original
I sliced his head clean off.
But when Jeffy came in,
Bring bullets, my brothers.
they allowed themselves to open to original characters, and then that led to Marvin Rose and all of that. Which, I mean,
His precision, my pretties.
like, I think it's really unrealistic to expect Logan to go back to plushies like a certain someone we know. Like, I think we just need to give up on the idea that Logan will ever return to plushies, and honestly, at this point, I don't want him to return to plushies. Because it's like, what really did the plushies add? You know what I mean? Like, other than nostalgia factor, what did the plushies really ever add to SML? Like, not to mention, I honestly, dare I say, the puppets are a bit better than the plushies, because you can be a lot more expressive with the puppets. Like, you can actually move the mouths. As for originally, you had to imagine what their expression was, and that just, I don't know, that just didn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that people want the plushies back, but it's super unrealistic to expect them to come back. You know what I mean? I just think that we need to give up on them. They'll come back. Now, that leads me to another point. More characters. This is my last point because my throat is getting dry. But we need to introduce more characters. And I don't mean like one-off characters. Like, there was a new character introduced today, and it's clearly... It's just meant to be a one-off character. It's supposed to be a one-off character. So the episode that was uploaded tonight introduced a character, which is, I think, really like.
progress.
a replacement for Junior. But the difference is that this Junior is meant to be LeBron James Jr., not if that makes any sense. Like, clearly this character is meant to be one-off. Like, it's just meant to be for this episode. It's meant to be a joke. You're not meant to take this character really seriously. Which, you know, one-off characters are fine. But I remember when SML introduced characters, and then they would actually become returning characters. Like, how do you think Shrek or Woody became a thing? You know what I mean? Like, how... Like, I'm sure Shrek and Woody were meant to be one-off characters. But then they just brought them back because, you know, there's more to do with them. I feel like there is a lot more to do with other characters that were one-off. For example, Junior. I think he's a character for more of SML, but unfortunately,
I need bullets to further my work.
with Logan, it's going to be a character.
Surgery cut quickly, huh?
But yeah, that's basically it for this episode. I don't know, do you guys agree with my points?
Go
And
need an
like I said,
appointment to see the doctor.
this is not meant to be me saying anything crazy towards him. Obviously, he has been doing this way longer than any of us have. So us saying, oh, he should do this or that, is just purely opinion-based. It's not factual. And treating it as factual...
My pledge for the dead! I'm a poet! I didn't
super
know it!
narcissistic, and I think it should stop. I think people need to stop saying, oh, this should happen, and it would actually save SML. It would objectively save SML. Or, Logan needs to do what I say, because I'm so much better, even though I have never done a puppet video in my life. You know who that was supposed to be. But you know what I mean, right? Like, this video isn't meant to be bringing SML down. I still think SML does pretty decent videos. Are they as good as OG SML? No. But I still find myself enjoying most of the episodes. You know what I mean? Like, so what people need to Jesus,
This is much better than my Hitler Youth knife.
like I just fucking ran at me. Anyway. But you guys know what I'm trying to say, right? It's like...
Such a flurry of lead! Beautiful! Birds, they break in two!
Like... Sorry.
I am their master now!
Anyway. Like, you can have your opinions about SML. I'm not gonna knock
I embrace
you for
this gift!
thinking SML is ass now because, like, it's your opinion. However, getting genuinely mad at them that they're not making as good of quality of videos as they used to is really stupid. Like, I'm sorry, it's just stupid. Because it's like, everything has a prime and everything has a mid. You know what I mean? Like, everything is going to have an era where it's just not as good. And SML is in that era.
So many dead! I will
But
pay
people
for their
acting
souls.
like this is the worst era of SML is super disingenuous. So yeah, like I said, this video was not meant to bring Logan down. I obviously, again, have not been doing this as long as him. And he literally now has 100 million subscribers. I think 10 million subscribers, 100 million, whichever one. But it's still a substantial amount, and he has been doing this for so much. He has been doing this so much longer than any of us. But he has that many subscribers.
No
He's clearly doing
shortage on
something
this
right,
front.
so the people, not naming any names, who act like they're so much better than Logan, I implore you, I need you to pick up that camera, take one of your stuffed animals from your room, and do what Logan does. No, because you act like you're so much better, and you can do so much better than Logan, then do it. But you won't do that, because you're too lazy to do it. And that's the funniest thing about the haters, is that they act like that they can write about you. You know what? That's what Logan needs to do. That's what Logan needs to do. Look at all of the hate comments, message them, and ask them for a script and upload that script. And see how well that video does. If it does ass, then, you know, haters can finally shut up. But that's the thing. Haters will always hate. Regardless if you saved children from a burning building, regardless if you literally cure cancer, haters will and that's just no matter what Logan does, haters are gonna always. If Logan literally went full-on nuclear,
Go to work, minions!
Logan literally just hard pivoted back to the old content, people would bitch. The haters would bitch. SML would bitch. And that's just the truth. Because nostalgia has affected them. And I'm sorry, that's just the truth. You don't have to like it, but it is the truth. Anyway, make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications. Sorry, this video is a lot longer. Yeah, like I said, make sure that you subscribe, turn on notifications.